This is the Ottawa Senators Outlook. Here is your host, Jack Henry.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Ottawa Senators Outlook. I'm your host, Jack. This is my preview prediction for the Sabres game, so let's go right to it. So the Senators are 37-27-5. They have a total of 79 points. They are 4th in the Atlantic Division. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Sabres are 28-35-6. They have a total of 62 points, and they are last in the Atlantic. So let's get to the stat leaders right now. Tage Thompson has 34 goals. Brady Tkachuk has 28. Tim Stützle has 50 assists. Rasmus Dahlin has 41. Goaltender wins. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen has 23. Linus Ullmark has 19. So let's get to the team ranks in goals for. The Sabres are 12th in goals for with 214. The Senators are 20th with 201. Goals against, the Senators are 11th with 198. And the Sabres are 28th with 243. Assists, the Sabres are 18th with 348. Ottawa is 23rd with 335. On the power play, the Senators are 12th with a 23.8. Buffalo is 26th with an 18%. On the penalty kill, the Senators are 19th with a 77%. Buffalo is 20th with a 76.9. Penalty minutes, the Senators are 21st with 602. Buffalo is dead last with 747. And finally, on the shooting percentage, Buffalo is 7th with a .112, and the Senators are 24th with a .1. So this is the third of 4 matchups against Buffalo this season. The first one was Tuesday, November 5th in Buffalo, and we lost that game 5-1. And the second one was Thursday, January 9th in Ottawa, and Buffalo won 4-0. So Buffalo is 2-0 against us this season, and in both of those wins, Buffalo won by 4 goals. So again, not a great look considering how awful Buffalo is this season, but Senators are really riding a hot streak overall, even though they lost the 2 games in a row. And our final game in Ottawa, by the way, not to mention, will be Tuesday, April 1st, so literally next week. So I will say this, Buffalo, their offensive numbers look better than us, and on paper, they have a nice forward core. They really do. So to be quite honest with you, I don't really watch the Sabres that much, so in all honesty, I really don't know how they're this awful. I know earlier in the year, like when I made my standing predictions, I had them in 7th, and I had them there for a reason, just because their moves weren't big enough to make a jump, but I didn't think they were going to be this awful. I know they went on the 13-game losing streak, and that definitely didn't help them, but even without that, they just found ways to lose games. So because of that purpose, I think the Senators are going to win this game, and I'm hoping and maybe expecting a big night for Dylan Cozens, who makes his return to Buffalo tonight since the trade. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how he does there. And speaking of the trade, I do want to mention Jacob Bernard-Docker had a couple assists in the Winnipeg game. So shout out to Jacob Bernard-Docker. He got traded to Buffalo in that deal. He's getting a much better opportunity there. Josh Norris, well, he's hurt, and that's the reason why we traded him. So again, I'm expecting a big night from Dylan Cozens, and it would be really nice to see him there. I wonder what kind of fan reaction he's going to get. I know I've seen on Twitter a ton of Sabres fans not be fond of him. But, again, he's just, in my opinion, another coming of Montour, Reinhart, and Jack Eichel. Just a former Sabre who just really lost his motivation to play in Buffalo. And once he leaves, he just turns out to be the player that you expect him to be. So I'm happy to have Dylan Cozens on this team. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. And I have the Senators come away with a win and surpassing the 80-point mark in tomorrow night's game. So I will have a recap for this game coming out probably sometime on Wednesday, so be on the lookout for that. Comment down below your thoughts on this game, and I will see you for the recap. Like and subscribe, but for now, this is Jack from the Ottawa Senators Outlook, and go Sens go.
Thank you for watching this presentation of the Ottawa Senators Outlook. For more of this podcast, click on the videos on the left, and subscribe by clicking on the icon on the right. Thank you.